Thank you, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Unhappy Mr. O.
and me, Sad Banshee. Because it's the Unhappy Hour. And it's being filmed on the first day of Mercury retrograde, July 2025.
Let's mix the streams, they said.
It ends in August. I'm looking ahead.
It'll be fun, they said.
So what could be more unhappy than Mercury retrograde? Well, we're going to find out. So we're going to do readings for the elemental signs of the zodiac and the world to see what's making us unhappy for the next 4 weeks. We do this every fourth quarter moon.
We pull a series of cards and we kind of look at the ideas of what it is that's making you unhappy. Are you justified in that? And eventually what you can do to hopefully turn it around.
Turn that frown upside down.
Alrighty, so we're going to start with the air signs. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius.
I think it's just the one card.
It's probably me, right?
It's okay, I got it. So one card that went back. Okay.
So like I said, there are 4 cards in this reading. So we're going to each shuffle and then we'll dive into it.
Actually, I thought we went back and forth with the shuffle on this.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so this is my shuffle. Mr. O will shuffle for the next one. And the first one is the air signs.
Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius.
Aquarius. Oh.
You do it then.
Yes.
All right, so question 1 for the air signs is, what is or will be making them unhappy right now? And by the way, all cards are read as reversed.
Yes. It's the 3 of Pentacles reversed. The 3 of Pentacles. Boo-hoo. Well, I guess, your working relationships are not going very well. It just seems like not everybody is on the same page. It just seems as though it's hard to move things forward in a constructive manner. This could cause delays, but this could also cause poor workmanship.
Well, it also sounds like it plays into the heart of the Mercury retrograde because what is making you happy right now is the fact that maybe nothing is working. The working relationships between people are either fragmented, slow, delayed for some reason, and Mercury retrograde could be a good part of that.
This does sound like a typical Mercury retrograde, so that is making you unhappy. So, what's next?
Card 2. How will the air signs be dealing with this unhappiness?
It's another Pentacle card. It's the 4 of Pentacles reversed. So, how will you be dealing with this? Well, on a constructive level, you might be letting it go. You might just be fluffing it off as well. It's Mercury retrograde, or, we'll get through this. This is just a fluke. Maybe some mistakes were made. You can kind of let it go. Or the idea here is maybe you're kind of letting go of this working environment. Maybe you're moving on.
Well, when you think about it, the picture is obvious. You're losing it. You're just losing it. You can't seem to hold on to it. But more seriously, you are probably dealing with it by realizing that maybe there are some losses you can cut that would be satisfactory, or maybe there's a way of sort of redistributing things away from you that maybe also serves that purpose of lightening a load of sorts.
So why are your feelings justified?
Yes, card 3.
Wow, I haven't had to turn any of these reversed. They're all reversed.
What a great sign.
And it's the Knight of Swords reversed for the air signs. The Knight of Swords. And it's really, oh yeah, I'll move them down. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's really interesting to me because your feelings are justified because things are moving too slow. You're frustrated. You want things to move faster, but yet there's just all this stuff getting in the way. You're slowed down. But sometimes that's a good thing when this card is reversed because you don't want to act carelessly, you know? And maybe that's the other part of this. Your feelings are justified because all of this seems sloppy and kind of worrisome.
Well, this is another card that maybe ties into the idea that we're dealing with the Mercury retrograde here too, because your feelings could be justified because you just feel like everything keeps messing up. You keep going too fast or too slow or not enough force or too much force. You just sort of feel like you can't find that precision that you normally have to wield your sword or to affect, the operations. And so you do feel like you are really, unhappy here.
And somebody's unhappy here. It's an hour and a half before their feeding time, and Sonny always starts bothering me an hour and a half before. The other cats will probably show up too during the show.
Sonny, we don't cover that under the unhappy hour.
Sonny is very unhappy.
So finally,
yes, go ahead.
How do you turn that frown upside down?
Sorry. Well, it was reversed also, and it's the five of swords. Oh my gosh, the Five of Swords.
The total cutting of all losses. Really, this is like sort of like saying, just get out of Dodge. There's no way you're going to win things here. You need to try to get away with as much possible honor as you can. Seriously speaking, this is saying there's only a retreat or a backing away from something really bad here. It almost feels like maybe this looked like sugar coating in a way. Oh, it's not really that bad. But maybe there's something really worse going on.
If some of you guys have started new jobs and you're just finding everything a mess there and people not working together well and all of this stuff, maybe it is just time to cut and run. This is the idea here. You seem to be in a no-win situation right now. So this idea before maybe of leaving it all behind, letting it go, might be the way to go here.
Right, and it almost feels, though, to me like there's just this thread of thought that is coming somewhat from the Mercury retrograde, too, the feeling that you are not seeing anything really move in a positive manner. You're seeing it move in a retrograde manner.
Well, I think it's the retrograde is making it worse.
Yeah.
You know, let's just say that. I think it's playing into your feelings of, I got to get out of here. And so whether you've been new on the job or old on the job, but things change, you know, sometimes people leave, new people come in, new management comes in and screws things up. Whatever the case may be, the people are not working together well, and it's not making you very happy. Lack of communication or inability to get along or be on the same page with others, and you know, work is subpar.
This is the recap?
Performance is subpar. Yes, yes.
I'm sorry.
I did
Sonny
the first card.
tickled me with his tail, and I was moved into that moment. But so clearly, you know, what's happening right now that makes you unhappy is you just don't feel things are working out. You feel people maybe working at odds against each other, or there's no cohesion in the team. There's no sense of really making something happen. It's sort of like no morale there.
So to move on a little quicker, we are just saying, I think considering the outcome of this, how you are dealing with this, you're thinking of leaving it behind. You're thinking maybe it's time to let this situation go, you know, physically, just to move away.
It's exactly like it. It just sort of feels like there's nothing to gain by holding on to things.
And so, are your feelings justified? Yeah, because it just seems like there's a lot of recklessness, there's carelessness going on, and a lack of care in the work, as well as just things not, you know, maybe either going too fast, people just doing things too fast, or it's possible that there is a slowness. I mentioned that in the beginning. It could go either way with this night, I think.
Your feelings could be justified also because you sort of feel like things are being wrecked. You know, there's some wrecking quality to the reverse Knight of Swords, doing more harm than good.
And how do you turn this frown upside down? Wow. You know, it's like a no-win situation. I wish you could tell you there's a happy ending here, but there is by leaving, okay? Just letting it go. Move on. Find something that's more suitable to your talents and skills and, you know, where people seem, where the organization seems more together.
ship, abandoned ship.
Yeah, I just, air
That
signs.
is it for the air signs.
We focused mostly on work issues, but if this is, you in a relationship that is definitely not working out, it's time to let it go. All right, even if it was at one time
anywhere where there may be some
valuable
sort of
to you.
collaboration or partnership, these could be factors.
Right, Mr. O, it's on you now for the fire signs. Me, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This reading's for you for the next 4 weeks till the moon turns again. As the moon turns to fourth quarter. All right. I'm wondering if I should get up and shut the door. What do you think? I don't want it to get hot in here. Let's
Go
leave
ahead,
it
I'll
open.
give you cover.
Let's leave it open.
Fine.
Yep.
I know that.
You know that? All right, well, the first one is, what is or will be making us unhappy right now?
The fire signs.
Fire signs.
It's the reversed Nine of Wands.
Wow.
So what's making you unhappy is the feeling that you are also, perhaps like the air signs reading, accepting the sense that nothing can move forward, or that certain potential is lost and that you might need to regroup or certainly back away from this at this time.
Well, this is a rough card to start with. I guess you are, giving up on a situation and that maybe, is partially yourself. You might be blaming yourself right now. You feel ill prepared for what you faced. You feel like now you're up against a wall and you don't see a good conclusion here. And so you're thinking to put up the white flag of defeat and move on.
I like the idea about being able to assess yourself as ill prepared.
Yeah.
So card 2, how are you dealing with this, or how will you be dealing with this? It's the Lovers reversed, and you may be pitying the choices you made. You may be feeling like, this is a little time for a self-reflection that's a little bit depreciating on yourself. You may be feeling, boy, did I screw up. I thought I was taking the high road. I thought I was making the right choice. But I was probably cheating myself. I was probably really trying to find the most expeditious course or something that facilitated things better for me, and I screwed up.
Yeah, I think how you're dealing with this is you're questioning your values, you're questioning the decisions that you made and realizing now that they were not in your best interest. Maybe I think Mr. O suggested this in a way that you were trying to find shortcuts or cut corners, and you didn't know enough or weren't prepared enough to really do it right.
Card 3. So, fire signs, are your feelings justified? And it's the reversed Six of Pentacles.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they are. You may have felt really like, others weren't being fair enough. Others weren't offering help, or others didn't share things that should have been. You may have felt that with more cooperation from others, things would have built together. There would have been not a full consensus, but more of a consensus towards something shared.
Right. If there was a more give and take in this situation, your feelings are justified because you feel like you ended up shouldering a lot here or holding on to a lot more, and you feel like it was very unfair. Maybe the workload was oppressive. Maybe obligations that others expected from you, whether it's business or personal, were too high a demand for you, and you were looking for ways around it. And in the end, it made you look bad.
Card 4, how will you turn your frowns upside down? It's the reversed Four of Cups.
Yeah, new opportunities. Look for new opportunities now. Look for new relationships or opportunities for growth, because they're really not here anymore. You know. So I feel here, or the other aspect of this might be that that's the Four of Cups. The other aspect of this might be that look for an opportunity to find a way to make this right, to turn this around. If you really feel like you need to do that, if you feel like you can do that, otherwise, it's time to look for something new.
I think you turn the frown upside down, and you also go forward by realizing that Four Cups reversed, you've learned something here. You sort of have felt that, this made an impression, and that maybe, hopefully, you won't have to come this way again. And so realizing once bitten, twice shy, that's what I was trying to say, will possibly help you feel better about the current situation, but also knowing that maybe you can do better in the future.
Well, fire signs, I like that in the sense that maybe what this is saying, when all is said and done, and you're blaming yourself, and maybe, don't be too hard on yourself, but maybe you need to do some self reflection here. And once done, you take those lessons you've learned so that you don't have to go through this again. And, you can approach something with a newer mindset, a fresher mindset, more in tune with what needs to happen in the future.
So
Let's take a look at
the
this again.
recap. What is making you unhappy right now? Nine of Wands reverse suggests that you feel like you weren't really ready for this, and you're going to have to try to back away from it, possibly to reapproach.
You were ill prepared. You didn't do due diligence necessary to take on whatever you were trying to do, and you're ready to give it up. And you blame yourself, right? You blame yourself for this. That's how you're dealing with this. You realize that some of the decisions you made were wrong. You were trying to cut corners, maybe even do something unethical, and it just didn't work out. You made you look worse.
If it wasn't, cutting corners, it was also about looking for something that really just felt better to you, and you didn't look at the total range of consequences that could happen.
Right. And so with the Six of Pentacles, there's something out of balance here. So, your feelings are justified because you realize either you didn't put out enough, I'm going to look at this a little bit differently. You didn't put out enough, or you didn't get enough support. It was kind of like a two-way street here, because you weren't doing what you were supposed to do, that nobody wanted to support you. And so you were kind of left holding the bag, so to speak.
And I think it's also a sense, too, that your feelings are justified because you felt you were trying to model a type of behavior that would encourage more openness, more sharing, transparency, and it didn't happen.
So you turn that frown upside down, live and learn. Learn from this experience and grow. And seek out either solutions to try to fix this situation or move on from it. I really feel you've got a fatalistic attitude already here, like nothing can be done. But give it some thought. Is it the right thing to do to leave, or is it the right thing to do to try to set things right?
It is that matter of once bitten, twice shy, that now maybe you can realize better what you did wrong and hopefully prevent it from happening again.
That's what we have for the fire signs. We move on to the water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. It's readings for you for the 4 weeks ahead. What is making you hurt? Besides Mercury retrograde. Okay, one more.
And by the way, Banshee, when will we be putting out the modality for Leo?
Don't know the exact date, but it is sometime probably early next week. Yes.
Alrighty.
Our monthly modality message will be...
Okay, so water signs, listen up. What is or will be making us unhappy right now? Card 1.
Oh, well, boo. It's the Empress reversed. Cry me a river, water signs, and you're capable of doing that.
This almost sounds like really what it's about,
It is. There's a real feeling right now of I don't know whether you lack the motivation, you lack interest in what you're doing right now, and everything seems either boring or dull. You can't seem to find a way to break the monotony in your life. And it may be because of other things. Maybe there are other matters going on in your life that are putting you in this state of mind. What do you think?
Well, the Empress, water signs may be learning it's not nice to fool Mother Nature, and maybe it's really about their nature. Water signs can't figure out what their true nature is at this time, and it's really making us unhappy. Should we stay or should we go? Who should we send love to? Who should we not?
Well, it's all kind of vague. Let's see where we're going, including mine. How are we dealing with, or will be dealing with, this unhappiness, water signs?
Uh-oh.
Well, you're going to blame it on fate. You're just going to blame it on a bad time. Maybe you're going to blame it on the Mercury retrograde. A lot of people like to blame it on, solar activity, for example, the weather. Something is bringing you down and making you feel like luck is against you, timing is against you, nothing is going right. Mercury retrograde.
The wheel is kind of iconic, kind of structure or sense of something external, and so it's about unintended consequences, and so we're dealing with this by wanting to blame fate, as Banshee said, externals that we feel we don't have control over, whether that is totally the truth or not.
Right.
Why are water signs' feelings justified?
Well,
it's another night, isn't it?
It's the same one. It's the Knight of Swords.
This has got to be Mercury retrograde.
Knight of Swords is, reversed, of course. And again, your feelings are justified because you feel as though you can't do anything right. You feel as though just nothing is turning out right for you right now. And there's a sense of, recklessness or carelessness in what you're doing because you're not into what you're doing.
Well, because the knights represent movement, and this one in particular is a forceful kind of movement, you may feel your feelings are justified because you just sort of feel you can't really find that right direction. You just don't have the timing either. You just sort of feel like things are just not working out for you in real time.
So, how do you turn this frown upside down, water signs? Wow, it's the moon. The moon is reversed, of course.
Have a seance.
Well, I think you have to tune in to your intuition to guide you. I think you maybe have to do some meditation on this and trust your psychic senses as to what is really at play here. It may just be a bad time for you. I mean, these things happen. I truly believe that. Sometimes when we blame the fates, we're right. But whatever the case may be, you have to do a little bit of soul searching, so to speak, to come out of this.
It's interesting that the moon reversed with what it means comes out here because, of course, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as water signs are considered amongst the most intuitive here. And so this is really saying use your natural scorpionic or Piscean, Cancerian powers of intuitiveness and empathy to try to figure your way through all this.
Oh, so let's try to recap this. This is a little bit of a tricky one. It's a little bit vaguer, but see what you can apply it to in your life. Needless to say, projects, goals, work that you're trying to do, you're just not into it. It's really like a chore. It's like a struggle to try to get yourself motivated enough to do something right now. And you just feel off. You feel off emotionally. Maybe you just need more rest or something.
It's possible that you feel some differing poles about what you should do in terms of this expression of energy here, and that could be consistent also with the Mercury retrograde feeling pulling you back and forth.
And you know how you're dealing with it, it's easy to just say, well, it's the weather, it's bad timing,
Que sera, sera.
just all these things keep happening out of the blue and unexpectedly that I can't handle. You know, so you're blaming it on externals, basically.
Yes, and fate.
And so how
How are your feelings justified?
why are your feelings justified? Because nothing is moving forward. There's stagnation, or you feel that whatever you're doing, you're not putting your best into it. You feel foggy, disconnected, and unable to really put your mind into what you're trying to accomplish.
It's like, you know, the timing is very off feeling here. You feel like timing is not working for you. If only you could have done this sooner, or if you had more time, you feel like everything would have worked out. You're blaming time in this sense.
And so how do you turn that frown
Upside down.
upside down? By getting in tune with your inner wisdom, you know, figuring out, going within and trying to sort out what is wrong here. Do you need a vacation? Do you need a change of venue? Do you need to shift careers or jobs? Is there something that you need to shake up in your life that could help you? And only you hold that answer within.
Whether it's about your intuitive abilities as a water sign, or just realizing that maybe there's something you need to find out somehow, some way, you need to figure out what that is that will help you turn it around. Use that energy or that power.
Well, cat number 2, Shadow, is here to remind me that dinner is over an hour away.
For a minute, I got scared and thought, oh, maybe we've used up all the time and it is their dinner time. No. No.
So at any rate, that's what we have for you, water signs. Good luck with that. We are on the earth signs.
Bunch of the earth signs.
Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorns. Readings for you for the 4 weeks ahead. Where does it hurt? Shadow says, my tummy hurts. You stay down there. Don't you come up here. Not time for you. Not time for food. No.
I see you back there. And viewers might too. All right, earth signs, what is or will be making you unhappy right now?
Just repeat again.
So you're syncing up with the water signs, and of course you are more compatible with them than other signs.
That wasn't the water signs. We just did the water signs.
Right, they had it too,
No.
didn't they?
No.
Who did?
The one before them.
Okay.
Fire.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're syncing up with somebody. You're having that same kind of expression, that feeling that what's making you unhappy is you don't feel you're ready for dealing with certain situations. It could be a situation that is crucial in a way too. And the thought that you're not prepared, or that you might have to cancel or back down in some way, makes you very unhappy.
Well, clearly, again, this is a sign of failure or defeat. And, you know, it's because you didn't prepare. Did you not prepare for a test that you were taking if you're a student? Did you not prepare properly for a job interview? Were you not prepared for an opportunity that presented itself? Whatever the case may be, you seem to have blown something and you don't know how to fix it. You feel like a failure and you want to walk away. So,
Card 2. How will you be dealing with this? Or possibly. And it's the reversed 4 cups.
That's back again, and that was in the same reading as this, I think.
2 readings ago?
Yes, I think so. It was either that or the earth signs.
And each was shuffled, so...
Yeah, that's so weird. So, okay, well, you know, some of this could be astrological. So 4 of Cups reversed here in this position, though, is a little bit different. This one appeared at the end before.
Okay.
So, all right, so how are you dealing with this? I think you're dealing with this by looking for other opportunities now. Now you're kind of more aware that you have to remain more alert, and that you have to really, choose what you have to jump when the opportunity presents itself.
The first card, whether or not it really happened exactly that way, did represent a choice of facing up to something or not facing up to
Or
something.
being ready or not being ready.
Right. So the second card, how you're dealing with it, is saying that maybe a choice was made. Some consideration was made out of what you could do there. And so you're trying to find the idea that you made a choice, so therefore something positive happened.
This one is crazy down here. So,
Yes.
at any rate, I think here this is basically, well, I've already went over it. I think I've said enough. It's basically, I think you're looking for a new opportunity now, because you feel like maybe there's just nothing left here for you.
Card 3. Why are your feelings justified, Earth signs? And it's the Queen of Cups reversed.
Well, go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
Your feelings may be justified because you realize that it has brought out a lot of things about you emotionally that maybe you don't always want to accept, or that maybe you feel are not your most redeeming features. And so that gave you an insight into yourself that maybe made you realize you don't necessarily want to show all that. The Queen of Cups is sort of, once again, a water sign or Scorpio-like personality that maybe would rather not show all their cards.
Well, Earth signs, I think this is saying your feelings are justified because you didn't put your best foot forward here. You didn't put the loving care you needed to in whatever it was you were trying to accomplish. Whether it was going for a job, and maybe it was a good opportunity, but you decided not to show your best. You didn't prepare. I think these two cards are kind of intricately put together here, that you didn't care enough, so you didn't pass the test. You didn't care enough for that job interview you had, so you didn't prepare when you should have, and you realize that now.
Wow.
Okay,
Earth signs, how will you turn your frown upside down then? It's going to be kind of being a rebel, maybe. It's the Hierophant reversed, and maybe you have to
I like this.
outside the box, be a rebel without a cause. But in some way, you maybe just need to really shake up totally unconventionally whatever the process was. It really needs kind of like a 180 effect happening.
Well, I think you can consider this whole thing a wake-up call of sorts, and that, you see the light now. You realize now you can't do the same thing because you're going to get the same results. You're going to have to do things differently. You're going to have to put more yourself into this, in the future, if you want to succeed. That's pretty much it.
All right, let's
take a look at this. So basically, you came in ill-prepared for something you should have prepared for yourself for. Whether it was a test, whether it was a job interview, hey, whether it was meeting a prospective partner, a first date. You weren't prepared for this properly, and so failure was the only option.
It made you unhappy because you possibly realized you were backing away from something you should have stood up for.
Right, and so how are you dealing with it? Well, you're ready to move on, I think. I think that's a good thing in a way. I feel here that you're ready to try something else and be better this time. That's my hope, anyway.
It feels like maybe now, though, you might have a little harder edge against other choices coming because you know now you just need to move quickly to rectify things, perhaps.
And why are your feelings justified? Because you recognize here you did not put the care you needed into this situation. That you didn't respond creatively. You kind of just went through the motions, and not without any preparation or practice, etc. And so you realize that now. You realize you did not do your best.
Your feelings are justified because you realize how it made you look maybe unstable emotionally to people, or maybe seeing your worst emotions at play, and you didn't want to be that person. So now you have to figure out how to reclaim that.
Well, and how to reclaim that, how to turn that frown upside down, is to not do the same thing again. Do it differently. Prepare yourself next time. Be ready. Be ready for opportunities when they knock, whether it's interpersonal or, work related. Think out of the box now. This is not a time to repeat the same mistake twice.
And that's all you have to do. No science.
Good luck with that.
Good luck till the next one.
And now Mini-Me will join us as we do the reading for the world.
May I?
Yes, you may hold Mini-Me. I feel that hug. Thank you. We are connected.
Tell us we'll be all right.
Where's Fly? Why, come hold me. Oh, I left Bly downstairs for this one. I don't know. I have a feeling this world reading during Mercury retrograde, and also I should add that the same week Mercury went retrograde, Saturn went retrograde in Aries. So that's gotta hurt us too.
I hear the skid marks.
So let's see what's going on in the world for the next 4 weeks, shall we?
Should I shuffle this one too?
Yes, I think so. Give me
so.
back.
Hold on. I'm good. This would be a good time to announce that you should join us tomorrow, Saturday, for
Happy Hour. Which is the opposite. We'll give you a smile for your week ahead. A positive message guaranteed. Join us for that show.
10 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
That was
you can pick them. Well, I guess I will.
No, we both shuffle.
You are correct. I'm going to let you put the cards out and give us the bad news.
World, world, world. What is making you unhappy right now?
Yeah.
8 of Pentacles reversed.
Well, I think what's making the world unhappy is nobody seems to be working on solutions to the problems that, we face, whether it's in our own individual countries or it's worldwide issues like global warming, maybe some of the warfare that could stretch out and, involve more nations, things of that nature. The economy, right? It seems like we are not working together.
My father thought of himself as a craftsman, a worksman, and when he came across things that he felt were not done well, he called it Mickey Mouse. They Mickey Mouse that. And so that's the sense here. It's something shoddy. Practices to, kind of help us are just not really being adhered to correctly, is the best way to say it. And it makes the world unhappy.
So how is the world dealing with this situation? Okay. Not well.
Run.
Not well.
Find it and attack it.
That's the 5 of Swords back again. And wouldn't you know it'd come up in the world reading. 5 of Swords is just never a happy card for me here. And I have to say it. I feel here that everybody is about giving up. They want to walk away from the problems rather than deal with them. And that's a big problem.
The retreat that is suggested here is because people feel there is no way they can win. There's no way to win.
Right, so they give up. And, that allows malevolent powers that be maybe to do whatever they want. And it only makes it get worse. We can't walk away from these problems. We have to face them.
So, are the world's feelings of unhappiness justified? It's the 7 of Cups. The world had great dreams that it thought maybe could flourish, not just one, but maybe a number of dreams. But now it may have to pick a more specific path to bring things back together.
Well, the feelings are justified, I think, because there's so much stuff going on right now that it's hard to pick and choose, which one to work on. And maybe people feel that the choices that we're making on what's wrong and what needs to be fixed are misplaced. So I think that's why our feelings are justified. We feel like we're not working on the right things.
Card 4. How will the world turn its frown upside down? And it's the King of Cups reversed. And the only thing I can say is tough love. The world has to show some tough love to where it needs it most. And I say that because normally the King of Cups reverse could be not facetiously tough love, but could actually be the actual dereliction of loving support. So in this context, I just see it really as the world having to say, we got to toughen up a little bit and we got to show, the world that all you need is love.
I like that, but I'd also say this, looking at the King of Cups reversed here, how would you turn this frown upside down? How about by keeping our emotions in check, our anger in check, our feelings out of the equation, and do what's right for everybody involved? Everybody has their own feelings. Everybody has their own sense of things, but we have to work together with everyone. We have to put our own personal feelings out of this and think more of the common good than we are right now. This is kind of selfish emotions, more self-oriented rather than thinking more globally. And we really have to think of our place in the grand scheme of things and how we can make a difference. One soul at a time can make this difference, but we have to realize it's not my way or the highway thinking we need here. It's really, putting our own feelings aside and recognizing that, yeah, we have to work for the good of all.
Ready to recap?
Yes, why don't you start?
All right. So we started with the Eight of Pentacles and the idea that what is making the world unhappy right now could be that people don't seem to know how to work together. People can't follow plans or protocols, or people maybe have a sense of being independent when they need to be a little bit more collaborative.
We aren't working on our problems right now. We are not working on them. And if we are, we're not doing it well. We're doing it in a very slipshod manner, as Mr. O
Right, the shoddy
said.
Mickey Mouse thing I referred to.
So that's part of it. And so how we're dealing with it, we want to walk away. We just want to ignore it or walk away. We don't want any part of all the conflict and different things going on in the world. And yet our walking away just allows powers that be to continue doing the same thing to us. They love if they love it. For example, if you don't vote, they love it, for example, if you just let them do what they want to do. So we should not be turning our eyes away from this.
The card presents a sense of despair, and in this idea of how we're dealing with this, we're not dealing with this well. When we have this much despair, we are letting, like Banshee said, other people, other nations, other bad actors do things that maybe won't help at all.
I give him a little slap. He was eating something he shouldn't have.
Well, let's try to finish up then.
Yeah, so we're almost there and we're doing fine. So how do we not turn the frown? Why are our feelings justified? I think it's because we feel we've made the wrong choices here on what we need to work on or what we need to do. Maybe we realize here that we've made the wrong choice by walking away, by so many people putting a hands off on this situation rather than confronting it.
I also had a sense too that maybe the way our feelings are justified because we felt really more optimistic. We felt that more dreams or visions were possible, and now we're not seeing that. We're sort of seeing limitations, and so that also makes us feel our feelings are justified.
And how to turn our frown upside down is stop worrying about how you feel about things. Think about what the world needs instead. Be more caring for what is going on around us. Be more caring for other people rather than just selfishly for ourselves. I think here, our emotions need to be taken. our emotions either need to be channeled more globally rather than personally, or we need to keep the emotions out of it and do what we know is right, analytically in these situations. Work together better.
From a certain point of view, the King of Cups reverse could represent the ultimate kind of bully. And so we need to turn our frown upside down by realizing we have to address the bully.
Sonny.
Okay, well, we're done.
Oh, you finished that?
Okay.
That's what we have for the world. That's it for this show, this time period. Sorry to have brought you the blue news, but somebody's got to do it. No time is without its problems, and this is what you might be facing in, the weeks ahead. So take care. Have a great week ahead. Have a happy 4 weeks ahead. Keep working on the problems and not avoiding them. And we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now.